This week's episode of The Amazing Nerdiverse is brought to you by The Millennial's Guide to Getting Your Shit Together, written by Katie Hogan.
Are you overwhelmed by adulthood?
Do you wish someone would teach you the difference between a 401k and a Roth IRA without using confusing industry jargon?
Do you want to learn how to ask for a raise and also keep the spice alive in your relationship?
Yeah, I think we all do.
Well, you should probably read The Millennial's Guide to Getting Your Shit Together by financial planner and comedy writer Katie Hogan.
It's a collection of humorous and informative essays on money, careers, and relationships.
It's the answer to your quarter-life crisis, and it's available now on Amazon in both Kindle and paperback form. Also, be sure to subscribe to her podcast, Get It Together with Katie Hogan, and follow her on Twitter at GetItTogether20.
And now, another fine edition of The Amazing Nerdiverse.
Yay!
Quiet, you.
Uh-huh. Hello and welcome to the Amazing Nerdiverse. I'm Jeff Grant.
I'm Steven Tugert.
This is the podcast where we talk about all things boats, talking canoes, talking paddle boats,
Rafts.
yeah, sailboats.
The boats you put in like a bottle.
Yeah, those little ones, yeah. Log flumes.
Log flumes.
Deep sea,
Deep sea fishing.
yeah, yachts.
Yachts.
Big uns.
Toy boats.
Yeah.
Paper boats.
Yeah.
Like in it.
Kayaks.
Did you say kayaks?
I thought I said canoes. I might have said kayaks.
Yeah.
Did I double dip the kayak?
You might have.
Oh, well. Inflatable rafts.
I know we already said inflatable rafts.
I don't think we did.
We said
I
rafts.
said rafts, but I meant like rafts. I meant like the kind that like Tom Hanks would make on an island, and then inflatable rafts are like the
that
ones
was just
that
a movie though, right?
No, it was
Yeah,
a documentary.
that was a real.
Yeah,
it was a fake movie.
It was a movie, but it was like a documentary.
I mean, there's real people in it, but that doesn't make it real.
But like, I know who Tom Hanks is, and he was in.
He was playing.
He was
a
on an
character.
island though.
Do you know what acting is?
No,
It's
I've never seen a good example of it from anyone that I know.
Yeah, me neither.
No, this is a podcast where we talk about all things good and geeky that make up the Amazing Nerdiverse. We're talking movies, TV shows, video games, comic books, regular books, audio books.
What kind of audiobooks? Audiobooks like The Millennial's Guide to Getting Your Shit Together by Katie Hogan?
Yeah, like that ad we did at the beginning of this episode.
Or at the end, wherever you decide to put it.
Probably the beginning.
What about the middle? No?
Nah. No,
All right.
It was like this episode, yeah, the way we did it. It'll be fine. All right, so before we get into the news and all that fun stuff we want to talk about, we had something cool that we wanted to do this week on this week's episode. We're going to have a little contest. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 just came out on Blu-ray a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I watched it last night. I like that movie.
All right,
It's good
calm
times.
down.
But
Show off.
So what we decided to do is we got a Star-Lord Funko Pop vinyl figure.
Yeah.
We're going to be giving it away.
For free?
Yeah, for free.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we're nuts. So what we're going to
Get
do...
some zany sound effects.
Yeah. Just like some air horns and stuff. I know. So this is how you can win a Star-Lord Funko Pop vinyl action figure pop bobblehead thingy-majig.
For free.
For free. Just gonna go on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're already there. If you're listening on iTunes, go over to YouTube and leave a comment on this episode. Like the video and leave a comment on the episode telling us your favorite line, scene, moment from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And also make sure you include your Twitter handle so that we can contact you if you win.
Is that all?
That's all you got to do.
All they have to do is leave a comment about something they liked about the movie and their Twitter handle?
Yeah.
That sounds too easy.
What's your favorite part of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
Oh, God.
Let's share ours, and then other people can join the conversation and share theirs. I watched it last night.
Dude, I don't... honestly, like, the whole thing is so enjoyable. Like, maybe it's like when Yondu is, like, talking to Rocket, and he's like, I know because I'm you, boy.
Yeah.
Like, I like that part a lot.
One line that I don't know if I necessarily picked up on the first time I saw it, but watching it last night,
Mm-hmm.
God, I can't remember the real word of it though. Star-Lord says something about the batteries that they're like protecting or whatever.
Oh, at the very end?
Yeah, he said no at the beginning. He's like they're like Amulex batteries or something. He's like those are like Amulex batteries and Drex's like, yeah, Harbulary batteries. He's like, that's nothing like what I said. It just caught me so off guard the way.
I mean, also like the very end when like Rocket's going off about like, hey, they still showed up even though we pushed them away and stole batteries he didn't need.
Yeah.
And Star-Lord's like, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
Good movie.
I liked it.
I cried the whole time.
No, I didn't cry the whole time. But I did cry like a little bit to the end. All right. So yeah, that's all you have to do to win this pop. One more time, just go on the video for this channel on YouTube, or for this episode on YouTube. Leave a comment with your favorite line, scene, or moment from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and your Twitter handle, and then we will contact you through Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at Nerdiverse Pod. That way we'll be able to message you.
Mm-hmm. And get your credit card information. And
yeah.
We'll get this all sorted out.
Just, steal your identity and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
No, we will send you a pop, I swear. If you win. I swear. All right, let's jump into the news. All right, so we were talking about It. Dude, this movie
making a lot of money.
Opened huge, dude.
What's like? Are there like caveats for this kind of thing? Like, horror movie during the summer, or like
no, okay, so Paranormal Activity 3 was the record for the highest grossing horror movie.
Just
flat out.
Horror movie.
52 opening weekend, $52.6 million for Paranormal Activity 3.
Really? That's the highest for a horror movie before whatever you're about to tell me?
Yeah, it opened with $123 million.
Goodness.
Like shattered the record.
Yeah.
Like easily more than doubled it. And, it's breaking Monday and Tuesday records and stuff like that.
Really? Just $53 million before that?
Yeah.
Like, what about all the Friday the 13th and Jason? And...
I mean, those are so long ago that, maybe adjusted for inflation, they might... I don't think they were... even adjusted for inflation, they would maybe come somewhere around Paranormal Activity or less.
I guess that has more of, a later cult following...
Yeah,
really?
I mean, a lot of horror films kind of have that cult following. They're not as big. I mean, most people are aware of them, and because there's so many movies of those, they've seen one or two, but not everybody. Have you seen every Jason movie or every?
No.
Yeah, I have, and I love them, but I'm into those, and not everyone is. But yeah, so it's breaking Monday and Tuesday records. It's gonna easily. It might have already by this point. By the time you're hearing it, I'm positive it. Yeah. It will definitely by the time you're hearing this. But it'll overcome The Green Mile as the highest grossing Stephen King adaptation. Mm-hmm. Total gross, not just opening weekend. 136.8 million was The Green Mile. That's his highest grossing adaptation, and now it's already at I think it was at 132 or.
What do you think it is that made it so much more?
I think a lot of people are going in and going this is going to be scary as shit.
Yeah.
The trailers looked great.
Yeah.
And it's just they did a legit a really good adaptation of Stephen King's novel. Mm-hmm. And that's what most people are looking for when they're looking for these types of movies and stuff. They want a good adaptation. And like I said, it's the books are so long, it's hard to cram everything in there. Mm-hmm. But for me, the rule of thumb is always if you get the characters right, and if you get the spirit and the tone and stuff of the original, you're doing your job. Mm-hmm. And this movie, I really felt did that. There was some things that was left out, some things that some people were. I saw people posting I don't even know where. I don't know where you find these assholes, but there were people posting why did they leave out the orgy scene or stuff like that? And you're like, why did you want to see that?
Right.
Yeah,
there was calling the filmmakers cowards because they didn't include the racism and homophobia.
Yeah, those cowards.
Is a scary clown in the sewer not enough?
That's not horrific enough?
Do we also need the N-word?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Like the poor kid watched his family burn to death, and then someone gives him a racial slur. He's like, "Hey, come on."
Yeah. God, people are fucked up, man. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect to see that stuff in the movie. I didn't expect to see that stuff in the TV movie, and like they had a little bit of it in there, and I was shocked by it. But yeah,
like the one, like the bad kid with the mullet. Like, you're pretty sure he was all about those things.
Yeah, no, he was.
You don't need to...
Even in that version of the film, you don't need to spell it out for us anymore.
No, I get it. It's like, we're pretty sure what his vocabulary is.
Yeah. It's limited to just a couple of very, very harsh, hateful words. I mean, that's all he pretty much said in the book. It was horrifying. He seemed like a stand-up citizen of the movie in comparison. He's a horrible fucking guy.
Regular Captain America.
Yeah. One of the things I want to talk about, because when they do the sequel is going to be the adult versions of the characters. And so, now we're going to start thinking about casting for who's going to be cast as the adults. And, like, the first name that keeps coming up is, Beverly, the girl, it keeps coming up Jessica Chastain as Beverly, because not only she got the red hair or whatever, but she also starred in...
She's the only actress in Hollywood with red hair.
Well, she also starred in Andy Muschietti's last film, Mama, so like he's got a history with her and stuff, so that's one of the main reasons that her name keeps coming up.
I'd rather they pick a bunch of unknowns.
Bunch of unknowns?
Yeah. I don't know who the hell all these kids were.
Yeah, but
except for the one Stranger Things kid, and that's it.
Yeah, but with kids, it's kind of different. Like, I don't know many kid actors anyway. Like, I know the kids from Stranger Things. That's all I know. Like, I couldn't name you, like, I couldn't name 5, like, kids outside of the Stranger Things. 'Cause then I could name you 4. But I would just say the 4 kids from Stranger Things. I wouldn't know their names, other than Finn Wolfhard, which is a pretty hardcore name.
Tom Holland. Consider him a kid.
No, he's like 20. I mean, like, young kids, like, to play, like, these, like, 11, 12-year-old kids in movies. I wouldn't know anybody.
You want to know something messed up?
What?
I'm going to pull back the curtain a little bit. So we went to the grocery store the other day.
Yeah.
And we got, just some things. I got a 6-pack of beer. And so the guy has to see both mine and Carla's ID.
Oh, yeah, because we were together.
And he looked at both of ours. And then he accidentally put it in 96 for mine instead of 86, and it still went through.
That's disgusting.
And I was like, "Oh no, wait, that's It's like, oh,
it went through. Oh well. God,
like, he was off by 10 years, and
you were still allowed to buy alcohol.
I was like,
oh. You're right. That is fucked up. All right. So yeah, I would like Jessica Chastain. I think she would not only fit the character and everything, but it'd be cool to see, because I watched Mama before I saw it, and I actually liked that movie. Is she the one in Jurassic
Park, or is that someone else?
No, that's Bryce Dallas Howard.
Oh, okay.
Who would also be good. God, Christina Hendricks from Mad Men would be good.
Lucille Ball.
Yeah. But yeah, I like Jessica Chastain for that role. But speaking of Jessica Chastain,
what about what's her name from The Office and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt? She's got red hair.
Oh yeah,
she'd be great.
Yeah,
I just like that show.
Yeah,
Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt. Have you ever watched it?
I watched the first season. I've been meaning to go back. And
dude,
watch
the whole
rest
thing's
of it.
delightful.
Yeah, I like.
Titus should play the black guy. Because I can't remember that kid's name.
Oh, the kid?
Yeah.
Mike Hanlon.
Yeah, he should play Mike.
Yeah.
Just because I like everyone on that show.
I like John Hamm in that show in the first season. I don't know if he's in any more.
He's yeah, he is. He comes back a couple times. He's great.
Awesome. Yeah, that's been one I've been meaning to go back and watch more of.
All right, who else would you cast?
But I can't remember. I know the kids were saying a lot of like, there's like the kids did a whole thing of like who they would all cast as the adult versions of them.
Yeah.
And Sophia Lillis, I think I'm doing all this by memory. Like I think who played Beverly, she said that she wanted to see Jessica Chastain. One of the kids, Ben Hanlon, the fat kid. He I think he said he wanted to see Chris Pratt play him because like in the book, like John Ritter played the Ben Ben Hanscom as the adult version, and the thing he like loses a bunch of weight. He starts running as he grows up and everything, and he loses a bunch of weight, becomes a successful architect. And Chris Pratt was who his suggestion was. Somebody said it would be cool to see some of the younger actors from the old version play the adult versions. So it'd be like really the only, like, I think a couple of them died. Like, I think one of them killed himself or whatever.
What's the kid's name with the cast? And he had the inhaler.
Eddie.
That should be Glenn Howard.
All right. From It's Always Sunny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Danny DeVito should play Pennywise.
Seth Green is the only kid from the original movies that I even know at this point. But he would play the kid from Stranger Things as an adult, the Richie Tozier part.
Yeah.
Seth Green. That'd be interesting.
That should be Charlie.
Yeah. Yeah, it should. Oh my god, I like that. I like that a lot.
Do you think It's Always Sunny will eventually do like an It type parody episode?
I don't know. They do everything. Like, they've been going so long, they just have to...
I would just like to see Charlie and Frank like hunting around the sewer for a clown.
I mean, yeah.
Right?
I hope they're listening. Cause
they're down there anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, they're down there.
Looking for coins and rings.
Yeah. I think the main kid, Bill, Stuttering Bill, I think he said Christian Bale. He wanted to see Christian Bale play him as an adult.
Oh, shit.
And,
you're getting Batman and Star-Lord?
Yeah. Well, it's kids going, I want the coolest actor I can think of to play my character.
Fair enough. Not gonna blame him.
You know what's interesting? One of the kids already played a young version of Chris Pratt. The kid, Stan Uris, the Jewish kid, the one that like keeps his bite.
Is that the guy from Guardians of the Galaxy?
He's the baby little Star-Lord. I didn't know that, so I actually knew two actors in this movie. Two of the young actors. Yeah, he was in both movies too. As I mentioned, watched the second one last night, and there's that brief clip of him and Yondu shooting. Like, it's
I had no
him again.
idea.
Yeah, me neither.
Huh.
Like, I didn't even notice it. Yeah, we talked about it a lot. I did want to say when I was mentioning Jessica Chastain, that was all from memory. I can't remember who the other kids said they wanted to play them, but Jessica Chastain, since we're talking about her, she revealed on Instagram that she's not playing Lilandra in X-Men Dark Phoenix.
I don't know who that is. Well,
she was the character that she was supposed to be playing, like the leader of the Shi'ar Empire, who has like a relationship with Charles Xavier. They come after Jean Grey because they're trying to destroy the Dark Phoenix and everything. And like now I'm like, so who the hell is she playing? She's apparently in the movie. She posted on Instagram. She's like, how's this for a scoop or something like that? She's like, I'm not playing Lilandra. And like I was like, wait. I think she means that that's not the character she's playing in the movie. She's in the movie with it. I don't know, man. Like, I was really excited about that movie. Like, there were things that I liked about it. You know, they're focusing on the young X-Men and stuff. And like, you know,
she's playing Jean's mom.
Do a redo. It's not a bad call, actually. It's probably what it is.
How much you want to bet?
Yeah.
All right.
I think you're right. But damn it, she should have played Lilandra, because that would be really good casting. Like, that's an interesting character. But now, like, they're also talking about, we talked about last time, I think it was last week's episode, where they're kind of shying away from, like, the more cosmic-y stuff in that storyline.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to expand the universe.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to make it fun, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, there's a bunch of, like, we got, like, 5 stories in a row about, like, directors. Like,
for Star Wars?
No. Just, well, that's the first one. J.J. Abrams is confirmed to return to helm Star Wars Episode 9.
He beat me out.
Yeah.
It was close.
We were all rooting for you. But now they decided to go with, the
just
known.
Because he has more Twitter followers.
Than the unknown. Yeah, that was the only reason. that was in the press release. So Ryan Johnson was offered the gig, but he turned it down. He did the last Jedi, and it's probably just like, he's like, hey, I just got done doing one of these Star Wars movies. I don't want to do another one, because like that's kind of why they had 3 directors, because there's a bit of overlap. There's not as much like downtime between the movies that just like keep going and stuff. So Like, I think the plan was to start shooting this movie in January, like right after, like, it comes out. The eighth one comes out in December. But anyway, so J.J. Abrams is coming back. Which, I mean, what do you think about that? Are you?
Yeah, he did good on the other one.
Yeah, I liked Force Awakens a lot. I mean, I get people saying the whole like rehash of the plot, but still, there's so much fun stuff in there, and plus, like,
Would you rather read about or watch someone negotiate a trade, whatever? Is that what you'd rather watch?
That's what we got before J.J. Abrams brought it back. Like, people are like bitching. People are very short-sighted. People online.
The prequels are Superman Returns, where nothing happens.
Yeah.
And the new one is Man of Steel, where everything happens.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I don't care if it was like a little reminiscent of that movie, but also, like, here's the thing, like, it's the hero's journey. Star Wars is the hero's journey. Every movie is the hero's journey.
Yeah.
Like, you can look at all, like, Lord of the Rings and, like, all these different things are, like, the hero's journey. And, like, so, yeah, it's just, because it's, like, classical, like, story archetype and everything, like, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, yeah, there were similarities and stuff, and, like, yeah, maybe not another Death Star. Maybe we're good without Death Stars at this point. But, like...
Fellas, I have an idea. All right, you know how those guys, they blew up the first Death Star.
Yeah.
Right? And then all right, let's regroup and we'll just build it again.
Yeah, of course. Well, of course you would.
Yeah, we got real close,
Yeah.
Hey, no harm, no foul. We got real close. They blew it up again.
I was mad.
I was too.
Yeah.
Here's what I'm suggesting.
Shitty thing to do.
We build a bigger one.
Whoa.
But like way bigger.
Like how? Like 2 times the size?
Probably more.
Can it be done?
I mean, let's just go ahead and do it.
Might as well.
And just hope they don't blast the shit out of it again.
We haven't done that in a while.
Nice to bring back that guy. I just like that guy. I just like him. He's like, that's the end of the movie, though. You know that.
Yeah.
Like, has anyone got any ideas? And he raises his hand.
All right. So J.J. Abrams is coming back. He's going to co-write with Chris Terrio, Oscar-winning writer, for he wrote Argo, but he also wrote Batman vs. Superman and Justice League. So, I mean, I don't know. Some people have off days, I guess. Hopefully he'll do a better job with Star Wars than Batman vs. Superman, because at the end of the day, I like that movie, but I just had so many problems with it.
Do you think if they crossed over the universe of Star Wars and Star Trek, they would make a bazillion dollars? Or would it just be so, like...
I don't think it'd make a bazillion.
No? You don't think bringing those two sets of fans together would...
I don't know. I mean, dude, I would say most people that like Star Trek, at least, Star Trek is a smaller audience than the Star Wars audience.
You think so?
Whereas, like, most people like Star Wars. Like, especially nowadays. Like, it used to be, like, the kind of thing that, like, only the nerds liked. And then now, like, everyone and your mom likes
both,
Star
right?
Wars. Yeah, of course.
If you had to say, like, you lean one way or the other.
I mean, I would, definitely Star Wars.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm kind of a little bit more Star Trek, if I'm honest. Like, it just appeals to me more.
Yeah, I didn't really get... My dad loved it, and I didn't really get into it as a kid, but I got into it in later years and just, like, kind of...
Like, I can't give you, like, oh, this happens in this episode, but, like, it just appeals to me a little bit more.
Yeah.
I don't know why. For whatever reason, it's, like, a little bit less messy, like, they're all together on the ship.
Star Wars is more, like, fantasy and stuff like that, and Star Trek is, like, straight sci-fi.
Yes, yeah, I'll give you that.
But I love both.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, push come shove.
Push come shove.
Jimmy Pardo does that. I love that guy. Comedian who just like push come shove. Yeah. I would have to go Star Wars, but I love both.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Fist fight. Captain Kirk, Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Really?
If it's Kirk.
Huh?
If it's Picard,
then everybody's dead.
Like I've easily seen more of like the original series Star Trek stuff.
Yeah.
But Picard's like I love that guy. I will like. There's like way more seasons, so I want to. I started like a while back. I started it over from the beginning of the original series and was watching through, and I want to get back to that and like finish that off.
Yeah.
So that I can get to Next Generation and watch all of that, like all 7 or 9 seasons or however many.
All right, let's make it so.
Yeah. I love that shit. All right.
Come on, man, let's get it together.
Episode 8 has also been pushed back to December 2019. It was originally supposed to come out in May, but they're pushing it back, which would have been a year and a half after episode 8. So now it's like back to 2 years, which is probably the right call.
That's a good amount of time between.
Especially with all this. I mean, I'm a little more confident in J.J. Abrams doing this movie than Colin Trevorrow.
Uh-huh.
Like, I was hearing, like, I mean, this is all speculation. I don't know. I just, based on something I read, that sources close to the production were saying that, on both Jurassic World and his movie that he did after that, The Book of Henry, which did not get really good...
Cavill?
Yeah, The Book of Henry Cavill. It did not really get great reviews and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, people were saying he was getting a little big for his britches.
Oh.
Like, it was, like, kind of an ego thing, like, because Steven Spielberg selected him as the director of Jurassic World, so he was kind of like, do something. You can't fire me, like, that kind of attitude. Mm-hmm. And then, like, someone said it was a little similar in Book of Henry.
It's always good to have.
Based on reports that I read, of people claiming to be close to the production.
But, it's just, I mean... It's sad when you hear that kind of stuff, because it's like when fame and money, like it exaggerates who you are.
Yeah.
That whole chestnut that we've been told.
Yeah.
So you've always been do something.
Yeah.
But you've had no power.
Well, yeah, it was kind of like he didn't want to listen. He wanted to like this is my vision kind of that thing, which I get that as a
It'd
director.
It'd be like if we got money and power and we were like, please don't take this away.
Yeah.
Please.
I'd be frightened and hold up with all my money that I would probably immediately spend on bullshit.
Please don't make fun of me.
Yeah. All right. Another director. Cabin in the Woods director Drew Goddard has been hired to write and direct X-Force. They're doing an X-Force movie sometime. I don't know if Deadpool 3 is coming first or X-Force. But they're planning on doing the X-Force film, which would feature Deadpool, Cable, Domino. Those are all members of that team. It's kind of like the I'm sure it'll be R-rated with Deadpool and Cable and all them.
Cussing?
It'll be like the hard R, like X-Men, pretty much.
Cussing and swearing.
Yeah.
Spitting.
And like boobies and violence and...
Jeez. Butts.
So many butts. Anyway, so if you don't know who Drew Goddard is, like I said, he directed Cabin in the Woods. It's like his only real like feature thing, but like which is a bummer because that movie came out in 2012, but it was actually pushed. It was it didn't come out like it was held off, and then they released it after Chris Hemsworth like as Thor. Like, everyone knew him as Thor. Like, he got that movie, and they shot that movie before he was Thor.
Uh-huh.
But then they released it after Thor was a big thing.
And then he was really Thor.
Yeah, and...
From all the push-ups.
Yeah.
Right?
I'll just sit in that for a minute.
Yep. A joke no one's ever made before.
Yeah. So, but he directed that movie and co-wrote it with Joss Whedon. He worked with Joss Whedon a lot, like he was on the old TV shows, like I believe Firefly and Angel and stuff like that. He also wrote Cloverfield and The Martian. He was the original showrunner for Daredevil. Mm-hmm. And he wrote the first few episodes or whatever, was going to be the showrunner. Then he had to leave due to scheduling conflicts with Sinister Six. You remember the Sinister Six movie?
Yeah.
You remember how much we all loved that?
Yeah.
That film didn't happen, so it's kind of a bummer that he had to leave Daredevil, but...
I'm glad.
Yeah.
It's a shame we never got to that Aunt May movie.
Yeah, but dude, the Sinister Six, like, it could be... I mean, the way that we were hearing about what they were planning on doing, like, without Spider-Man and stuff like that, I don't know. But a Sinister Six movie would be pretty awesome.
It's like having a Shazam movie without Black Adam.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
Or a Joker movie without Batman.
Yeah. These are all bad ideas.
Just don't do it.
Everyone has bad ideas sometimes.
How hard is it to just...
not do it?
Just...
Sony did it. Sony didn't did it.
They learned their lesson.
Yeah.
Marvel said, "I'm just gonna go ahead and get this."
Like, yeah, why
don't you just let us?
You wanna make money?
Why don't you just let us not fuck it up, and then you can sit there and watch how it's done?
Yeah.
Stupid asshole.
Pretty much bitch slap. Yeah, they made the right, but Sony made the right call. Got to give them credit for making the right call there. All right. So we were talking about Deadpool in that last one because he'll be part of X-Force. But I've been wanting Drew Goddard to get something going because he just had like bad luck with all the films that he was attached to at various points and stuff. But so the next thing, Tim Miller has been confirmed. He's going to be directing Terminator 6.
He directed the first Deadpool.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. He did an excellent job with Deadpool, and I'd like to see, what he could do for another franchise and everything. I mean, if you look at where Deadpool was in film was before Tim Miller got his hands on it. Like, Ryan Reynolds was perfect casting, but other than that, that was a god-awful interpretation of that character in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Mm-hmm. And then, you get these two great writers, Rhett Reese and Paul Wernick on it, and then a great director like Tim Miller. I mean, maybe he can do the same thing for Terminator 6, because
we need another Terminator.
I love the Terminator. Like, the first two movies are phenomenal. That world is so, like, you could make good story. You can tell good stories in that world.
I feel like James Cameron is overrated.
Why?
Titanic, everyone knows what happened.
So everyone knows what happens with most war-based or historical-based movies.
So
doesn't
Titanic
mean a lot of them aren't good.
All right, like the ship sank. Great, and then let's make that 3 hours long. Let's see, and then
Terminator. I read comic books. I know that every hero's gonna win the day at the end.
Robot.
I can say the same thing for comic book movies.
But this time the robot comes back, but he's a good guy. Give me $1 billion. All
right,
and then it's like, all right, Avatar. Fern Gully, but blue cats. Give me $1 billion.
If you have no imagination,
yeah,
I
could do it.
Okay, yeah.
I'm just saying.
If you just want to look at it just on paper, like that version of it, yeah. I don't know. Like Avatar. I don't give a shit about the story or anything like that, but like the visuals...
It's so undeserving of the amount of money it made.
I don't know. Nothing, like visually, nothing has ever been done like that.
Sure it has. Ton of CGI shit.
What? What came before Avatar that was better visually?
Toy Story. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're wrong. Toy Story was an achievement. It was a... the first CG animated movie and stuff like that.
Better achievement.
But that Avatar was a live action.
They got me in here.
Okay.
I didn't give a fuck about the blue cats and their made up world.
Well, you were dead inside by that point. Toy Story was a long time before that. But yeah, if you want to talk shit about Terminator, I'll fight you. I'll fist fight the fuck out of you right now. All right.
Probably my favorite line from that second one just doesn't make any sense, but it's pretty great.
What?
It's at the very end when he's like all beat up. He's like, I need the vacation. Doesn't make sense. He's a robot. He wouldn't have any frame of reference, but he's still like you believe it when he says it.
Terminator 2?
Yeah. He's like, I need the He's like, yeah, no, I get it. You do.
Well, he was palling around with the kid the whole movie.
Yeah, but he's a robot.
I know, but he was learning how to act human.
Still doesn't make any sense, but I'm saying I'm with it.
Yeah.
At that point, he's like, I need the vacation.
You haven't even seen the first Terminator movie, so...
I don't need to. Let me guess. He chases Sarah Connor around?
Yeah.
Hey, okay. I get it.
I hate you so much sometimes. The first two are great movies. The rest haven't been too good, but the show was all right. The Sarah Connor Chronicles, I like that. But
how many seasons did that get? 1?
2.
2? Oh.
Yeah, only 2. But look, they have a potentially great franchise in their hand that they cannot do anything with. They just don't know how to do it. So having James Cameron come back on board is a good thing. Having somebody like Tim Miller attached is a good thing. I really hope some great comes out of that. Yeah. Gavin O'Connor, who directed films like Warrior and Ben Affleck's The Accountant, he's been tapped to write and direct Suicide Squad 2. So they've got a director attached. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really seen any of his films. I got Warrior on my Vudu stuff. I've got it. I just haven't got around to watching it yet. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I just don't know if any of these movies that Warner Brothers is planning and stuff, any of the villain-based movies, just it makes me nervous.
Mm-hmm.
Like Suicide Squad, as I said before, is a great idea for a movie. The execution was way off of the first one, and it could be better. And maybe they've learned their lessons from the first one, but based on all of the evidence, I don't know if they have learned their lessons. So I'm nervous, but I mean, Gavin O'Connor, by all reports, is a good actor by all accounts. A good director.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. You probably haven't seen any of those movies.
Any of what movies?
Oh, you weren't listening? Good.
What, The Accountant?
The Accountant.
I saw the
Warrior.
Tax Refund.
Yeah, that was a good one, but he didn't do that one.
I know of the movies you speak of.
that was James Cameron. Let me see what else he's done.
James Cameron's
there's got to be something. I think it was something
Hindenburg next. He's gonna get Leo and Kate back up on the Hindenburg, and he's gonna have them have a love story for 4.5 hours, and then the goddamn thing blows up, and we're all supposed to give him $1 billion. Fuck James Cameron.
You're so cool, aren't you? Yeah, so he did a Miracle, that hockey movie.
Is that the one with Santa Claus? And
no, that's Miracle on 34th Street.
Well, who cares where it was?
No, it was Kurt Russell. It was like a hockey movie based on the...
Dude, Kurt Russell as Santa Claus would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Just fist fighting everybody.
Gavin O'Connor is doing Suicide Squad 2. I don't know. I mean...
What would your story be?
Suicide Squad 2?
Do you have a...
Like, it's probably too late now to do the Joker as the villain, and...
He's got enough movies.
Especially with all the other movies that he's doing, which is a bummer, because, like, that's what the first one should have been.
All right, you know what?
The Assault on Arkham storyline that they did... Like, the thing is, they presented it as Suicide Squad is, like, their whole job is to, the next time we have someone like Superman and he doesn't want to play nice kind of thing, we can fight them with these guys. But, like, that's not who they were in the comics.
Let's get a crazy girl with a baseball bat and a drunkard with a boomerang.
Yeah.
Take care of
that
Superman.
wasn't the Suicide Squad in the comics. The Suicide Squad in the comics was meant to, like, go on missions and do stuff that, like, the regular government couldn't really justify morally and stuff like that. Like, and like, so they would send these guys that, like, they're all expendable. It's like Expendables. Like, that's what Suicide Squad is.
What about they just pick a different villain for them to target?
Well, yeah, but
the Riddler.
Yeah.
Just someone mentally messing with all of them.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I don't know if the Riddler is strong enough villain for like all the Suicide Squad to come together, because like that would be the opposite of like Enchantress or like Superman, or like why would you need all these people to fight the Riddler? Because
he's like wicked smart.
Yeah. I did just watch the episode of Gotham where he kind of became the Riddler.
Uh-huh.
It was all right.
What about Clayface, Mr. Freeze? No.
I just don't see them as strong. Like
Reverse Flash.
I honestly don't know. I mean, I haven't read a whole lot of Suicide Squad comics and stuff like that. I just think
like, Calendar Man,
Deathstroke would be interesting. Okay. Like someone like that. But Deathstroke has something he's trying to achieve, and they have to stop him from achieving that. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like he's got his mission that he was paid for, bought off, kind of thing. Like something like that, where it's someone who's like, you would have a villain that's like the money guy that like is like, all right, this is what I want. Like, he's trying to achieve some dastardly goal, whatever. And then you have someone like Daredevil. I don't know, someone like Deathstroke, who is like the muscle or whatever.
Heatstroke.
Heat Wave. Yeah. Do Heat Wave.
Captain Cold.
Bro,
Captain Cold.
King Shark.
These are all not terrible ideas, Grodd.
That's never a terrible idea. Grodd is always...
I mean, you don't gotta tell me twice. There's gonna be a talking gorilla.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
Two-Face.
I don't know if I need a Suicide Squad 2 right now, but, I mean... It made money, so they're gonna do something with those characters, and they're probably gonna do too much with those characters, but... Anyway, we'll see.
Give them all spin-off movies.
Yeah.
But different actors.
Yeah. Because why would you want any continuity?
I don't think continuity is what they're going for, like, at all. Like, even, like, joking aside, I think they're just going to tell stories and not... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like how Marvel has the one overarching thing. They're just going to do, like...
Yeah. Well, because they've proven they can't really do that.
Do you think that was their idea?
That was... Yeah, that's what they wanted to do. But
one story?
No, they wanted to, do that whole thing and just build the universe like Marvel did.
Yeah.
But they rushed, like I said, their second movie, they shoved everyone into it, and just like so many decisions based on the decisions they made in that second movie have just had these lasting like repercussions throughout the rest of it, and only really Wonder Woman has come out unscathed about it. And speaking of,
it's like when the...
I hate when you interrupt a perfect segue like that.
All right, what's your stupid little segue?
No, go ahead.
It's like the thing that made Avengers special is because you've seen all of them separately in their own thing. Mm-hmm. It's like, oh, this is them together for the first time. Awesome.
Yeah.
But if you start off with Justice League, like everyone together already, it's like, all right, I want to see them together again, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like...
Well, like Batman and Superman, we've seen them separate plenty of times. So that them coming together in a movie like that is the way it should have been.
Yeah.
And even I was fine with Wonder Woman, but then they added in all that other, I mean, and even honestly, the way they did everything in that one was okay as far as like, the amount of stuff they had in, like the amount of like, screen time that like Cyborg and Aquaman and Flash and all them had. All that stuff was fine, but it just shows they're not taking their time to plan this universe out. They're just throwing everything.
It's such a lot of money to be
dicking around like this.
Right. Don't you think?
Yeah. You have Batman and Superman fighting each other. Mm-hmm. But that's not your third act. The movie's called Batman versus Superman, but that's not your third act. Mm-hmm. Is them fighting each other. I mean, yeah, they should. Of course, any time you have two heroes fighting each other, they need to team up and stuff like that. But just like it was an afterthought almost. Like, oh yeah, Doomsday now, and then like throw that in there. It's just.
What I was thinking would be a great... I don't know.
You could probably take that same script almost and make a decent movie and just change very little stuff. It's just all about the execution of certain things like Lex Luthor and Doomsday and stuff like that, I guess. Anyway, we just went way too long on Batman versus Superman again.
Should we start a rule where we don't talk about Batman v Superman anymore? Are people tired of it?
Us talking about it? Or just people... talking about it, period.
How about this? Get your friends to subscribe to the Amazing Nerdiverse, and we'll stop fucking talking about Batman v Superman. How about that? Tell all your friends to just subscribe to it.
All right.
If I see a number I like, I'll stop talking about Batman v Superman.
So Wonder Woman was good.
Yeah, it's great.
I loved Wonder Woman. And this is cool. The Hollywood Reporter is reporting that Patty Jenkins has closed her deal to co-write and produce and direct Wonder Woman 2.
Did she co-write the first one? Or was she like just coming in as a director?
Well, I mean, I think she had some hand in the evolution of the story and everything once she came in, as most directors do. I don't know if she specifically... Let me check here. No, she didn't have any. She wasn't credited. I mean, she's right now. It's looking like she's going to be involved in the treatment of it. I don't know. Okay. It says treatment here in IMDb, but IMDb is never right.
Yeah.
Anyway, she's co-writing, producing, and directing Wonder Woman 2, and she is co-writing alongside. It was just announced today. The Expendables writer, Dave Callahan. And with this deal. She will now be the highest paid female director in history.
Okay.
Including with all the directing and writing fees adding up and everything is going to be somewhere in the ballpark of $7 to $9 million, which is awesome. Like, she made $1 million on the first one, and she deserves to be paid as much money as they're willing to give her because she fucking crushed that movie.
Second one's gonna be in the 80s.
That's the rumor.
Okay.
Which I would have kind of liked to see them just go to present day now.
Really?
And see, well, yeah. Like,
I would keep doing what they're doing, like keep having her in the past, like dropping in on stuff.
Yeah.
And then the Justice League is when she's like present day.
Yeah.
Or like popping in other people's movies.
Yeah, but I just want to see the story move forward and not backward all the time.
I mean, it would be moving forward. You'd be seeing like her throughout the years, like influencing humankind. Well,
yeah, but like we've seen her present day, so I don't know. I'm not a big fan of prequels.
What if she was on the Titanic?
Oh shit. All right, Hellboy.
Yeah.
Today, IGN gave us our first look at David Harbour as Hellboy.
I mean, he looks precisely like Ron Perlman.
He looks
like, at first I was like, oh, this is just an old.
Yeah, like it. Not much difference between if you're gonna get a new version. He did look a little like kind of like edgier and darker, grittier kind of thing. But there were two images. There was the first one that IGN gave us, and then David Harbour tweeted out a second look with him in the trench coat and everything.
But also, like, to the same extent, why change it? You know what I mean?
It works. Like, it looks good.
Just keep going.
Looks pretty badass. Looks, I don't know, maybe a little more grizzled. I mean,
it's like you just
need
need that.
Quite as like.
You just need your actor to have that square face.
Yeah.
And then slap some horns on him, and it's good to go.
Yeah.
Right?
It works for me, man. Like, it looked good. Like, I'm looking forward to this movie. We always say we would have liked to have seen what Guillermo del Toro and Ron Perlman would have done with the third one.
Yeah, those movies are really enjoyable.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll see a new one. I'd be down for that too. Okay, so remember Ed Skrein? He turned down the role that he was given in Hellboy because of the whitewashing, because he was going to play a character named Major Ben Daimio, who was of Asian descent in the comics. And people were complaining about the whitewashing, and he did the right thing and was like, no, fuck that shit, I'm out.
It's weird that they would do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, why would you...
Well, it's weird, like, especially in today's day and age, like, looking at it, like, are we still doing this?
It's just weird.
Yeah, but, like, I mean, I like the way he handled it, though.
Yeah.
He not only left the movie, like, he could have just quietly, like, fucked off. But, like, he made a big deal about it. He announced it publicly and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it forced Lionsgate and the producers and everybody to do the right thing. And, like, so they did. They cast Daniel Dae Kim from Lost and Hawaii Five-0. He's now confirmed for the role.
Mm-hmm.
He also released a statement about, confirming he's playing the role, which he started shooting today on the film. And he also applauded Ed Skrein and the directors and stuff for handling it the way they did.
So then who cast him in the first place?
I mean, been the producers and everything. Probably the studio had some say in it.
Yeah.
I mean, Neil Marshall surely had some say in it, the director. I mean,
it all has to come back to one guy going, yes. Do you know what I mean? Like, it might be like a group of people, but it all...
No, it's not always one guy. Like with all these decisions are like it's all filmmaking by committee and all that stuff. Like,
nah, I feel like there's one dude.
No, there's always one guy that everyone blames for everything.
That's Barry Allen.
That's what you wanted to be whenever you're like, I want to direct Star Wars. You want to be the face that everyone throws shit at.
Hi, everybody. Oh.
But yeah, like the situation's kind of... It all worked out in the end. And I was saying, I wrote an article about this whole thing about Daniel Dae Kim confirming that he's in the film and everything.
Uh-huh.
I was saying they should kind of give Ed Skrein another role in the film.
Yeah.
Like, what if he played Abe Sapien? Like, I think
That'd
he'd be pretty good.
Yeah.
As Ajax from Deadpool.
Mm-hmm.
As Abe Sapien. They do that all the time. Like it's like every actor has played like 2 or 3 comic book heroes at one point.
Yeah, I was just looking at the other picture of the Ron Perlman one, and then the new guy, and that's got to be like a bodysuit.
Yeah.
Like, but is it a bodysuit for both of them?
Let me see.
Hang on. So this is Ron Perlman, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a bodysuit a little bit.
Yeah. And then we go to.
He's a big dude, but I mean, he's not like sculpted like that. Yeah.
Is that a bodysuit or is that dude?
I'm pretty sure that's a bodysuit.
Yeah?
Yeah. Unless he just
ate like all the turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey's got protein.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure he helped. Like he worked out and did stuff like that, but yeah, I mean, he's not ripped like that. I've seen Stranger Things.
I guess if I look at them both like back to back, like they do look different.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Ron Perlman, like, and then like after a while,
yeah,
you like kind of forget about it, and then you look at this one, you're like, oh, these are the same. But if you look at it like back to back, you're like, they're different.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it looks like a little more like harder edged version of Hellboy, and it's supposed to be like R-rated and.
It's kind of like when they redid like the Spider-Man suit for when Andrew Garfield did it. It's like it looks in the second one. It's like it looks the same as the other one, but then it's like, well, what else are you supposed to do? That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, well, the first Amazing Spider-Man, they shouldn't have done that. Like, I didn't like that costume
I did not at all.
My favorite, and still maybe my favorite, is the Amazing Spider-Man 2 costume. It looks perfect. Like, I love that. It had the big white eyes and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Do you like the webbing under the arms? I can't remember if I asked you before.
I like the way it was. I like the way it was used in the movie. It wasn't always there. It was just used for
just
that
like
one
it sometimes.
shot
I think.
Yeah. It was a nice nod to the original design of the character.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Marvel has released some awesome new Thor Ragnarok character posters.
Oh, what? Really?
Yeah. Have you seen those?
Yes.
Yeah, I really like those a lot. Like you even got some like. You know, it was like I think it's like 8 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You got Thor, Valkyrie, Jeff Goldblum.
I mean,
Grandmaster.
You never go wrong with Jeff Goldblum.
Hulk, Loki.
It's the gold standard.
Yeah, Odin, Heimdall,
Odin's son.
Hela. I think that's everybody. But yeah, like these characters, just everything that they're releasing for the marketing for this movie is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Netflix has released about a dozen new photos and a new poster for The Punisher.
Mm-hmm.
The pictures are fine, but like I don't know any of the characters. You know what I mean? Like
most people don't. I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Like I mean, I don't.
I'm just gonna assume the whole show is they're using people from the comics.
Yeah, I mean, I'll assume. Yeah, I don't know, but like I mean, Karen Page and Frank Castle, the only two characters I know. I know who Microchip is, but I couldn't even tell you who. If he's in any of these pictures, I don't know which one.
Oh, that's totally him. Cause, no, I don't know.
Doesn't look like Newman to me. Who played him in was that Punisher Warzone?
Mm-hmm.
He played Microchip in that movie.
Nobody knows.
Yeah, no one will ever know. There's also a new teaser for the show and everything. It was like teasing a cover up. So like there's some kind of Does
he say that?
I'm sure he will.
Is that his catchphrase?
I will punish you. Have you seen this? Star Trek Discovery. We should have spoke about this earlier when we were talking about Star Trek. Am I
gonna be able to watch it for free? No.
God, stop bitching about stuff. And
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's $5
a month.
Oh no. It'll
adds
probably
up.
air for like 2 months and it'll be $10.
Okay, fine. Tell me all about the thing I won't be able to watch.
There's a new promo about the new theme song for the series,
mm-hmm.
and it has some great nods to the original '66 theme.
Mm-hmm.
Like it.
Do you have a clip
at the beginning and the end? Yeah, I can pull it up.
Yeah, pull it up. Play it.
It's a whole promo of them like discussing the theme. But yeah, I thought it was really cool how they had worked those nods in there to the original theme.
Mm-hmm. What does the time take place? Are Kirk and Spock like teenagers? Are they?
Probably. Spock's father's in it.
Okay.
Characters that appeared in the original. A couple of characters are like Harry Mudd, who's played by Raiden Wilson in this version. He's in it. So yeah, it's very close to the original series set like shortly before. So I don't know. And you know what? I was actually watching an old episode, and I think they referenced the Discovery or something in one of the old original episodes. So like, there's kind of the continuity fits there.
Okay.
It's in the continuity with the original show, not the new movies. But I mean, dude, it looks like it's. That's why I don't like when they do prequel stuff, because it looks so different. Like the technology of 1966 compared to the technology of 2017.
Do you mean the CGI stuff they have now doesn't look like a cardboard door being slid open shut?
This might surprise you, but no, it doesn't. No, it bugs me when they do stuff like that. Like I get that it's not gonna match or whatever, and like but they would never in 2017 make it look like it did then either.
If they had some balls, they would.
Yeah.
Yeah, cowards.
Awesome. You fucking cowards! And
make
it racist too.
Yeah.
All right.
Make it racist and afraid of gays.
We talked about this last week, but this is awesome. Titans, Hawk and Dove have officially been cast.
Mm-hmm.
This is according to Deadline. Alan Ritchson is Hawk. He's Hank Hall, a.k.a. Hawk. Aquaman is coming back to the DC universe. I'm excited about that. And not the person we talked about last time, I think her name was Rebecca Rittenhouse. She was not who got cast, but Minka Kelly from Friday Night Lights, Parenthood, Almost Human. She was cast as Dawn Granger, a.k.a. Dove. And like, these are cool characters that like are gonna. But the plan is they're gonna appear in like the first season, and if they work, if they like them, they're gonna possibly have an option to recur in like a second season. I could see them just kind of introducing them in the first season, and then maybe they join the team full time later on.
You know who they should bring on Arrow to play Hal Jordan?
Who?
Tom Welling.
Tom Welling?
Mm-hmm.
He's not interested.
I know he's not.
He's
not interested in playing Superman.
I remember last week we talked about like the Tom Welling's podcast and everything, and about how Michael Rosenbaum's podcast and everything, how he said that Tom Welling was going to be on there, and we were like, he fucking lied to me. So like that, the next, like 2 days later, he released the episode of with Tom Welling, so we both listened to that.
You don't think Tom Welling would be a good Hal Jordan?
I don't know. I don't really see it. I think you're trying to force these square pegs in a round holes, man. I'm just trying to think
like who would be fun to bring back from like the old shows and stuff.
Yeah.
Like what would be a fun character for them to play.
Yeah. But I mean, if they did it, I would want to see him in Supergirl. So
Tom Welling should play Lex Luthor.
He should play Jor-El.
That's not bad.
Yeah. See? You can do it.
See,
it's that easy. Just gotta be smart.
You gotta be smart. Oh, like it's horror.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I would love to see Michael Rosenbaum play Lex Luthor again. Oh, God. It was funny in the podcast. He said like, they did the movies and everything. And I was like,
why didn't you consider me?
Yeah, why didn't you think about me?
I was doing it.
Like I would have loved that.
Yeah, why not?
He's my favorite Lex, man.
Mine too. Well, what do you think about the cartoon? That dude's voice is like
Clancy Brown.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I love that the cartoon version of it. Yeah, they always do everything right in the cartoon. It's just live action where they fuck shit up all the time. Like it's horror.
Superman.
Everything. We're not talking about that movie anymore.
No, we're not. As long as you get all your friends to subscribe.
We hold them hostage. All right. So,
never has a podcast threatened to talk about Batman v Superman.
Titans. Also, the first villain that the team will be facing has been revealed thanks to a casting breakdown. This comes from the hashtag show. The Acolyte was a character that was first introduced in an issue of Young Justice in the 90s or 2000s, I believe. Yeah, basically he's the villain. He's after Raven.
Raven-Symoné?
Yeah. So he's after it and everything, and I don't know if he's working for Trigon or whatever. That would be a cool character to kind of drop some, plant some, breadcrumbs to, and eventually do Trigon stuff in Titans. Like there's so many things they can do in this Titan show, and I'm really, really hoping it turns out good. Mm-hmm. I'm still nervous. I mean,
costumes? Are they doing costumes?
I mean, I'm sure they would. Like, why wouldn't they? Like, I mean, all the DC shows are doing it right, and just because this was not all. Gotham's a DC show, but
yeah, that costume's looking.
Yeah.
Have we talked about that? His gimp mask.
Oh yeah, we did. We talked about it last week.
Okay, I'll let it go. Batman v Superman.
Fucking fish, Mooney. All right. The Flash.
Hey, let me go ahead and make up a boring character no one gives a shit about and have her just fart all over the screen for 3-4 seasons. Flash, my favorite show.
Fish Mooney's going to get started.
I would be livid.
No, there's a new promo for The Flash season 4.
Not only did I see it, I tweeted it.
Yeah. What'd you think? A Hero Reborn.
Magical.
Yeah.
I already feel the tears welling up in my eyes.
Yeah, seeing Barry return from the Speed Force.
Ooh, I'm gonna cry.
Get that sweet beard.
That's sweet. I've been gone for who knows how long beard.
Yeah, they're saying Barry will not be himself when he first comes back.
Right, because like
understandably so.
Like in the Speed Force, it's like time has no real meaning.
Yeah.
Right. So it was like to him it could be years and years.
Yeah.
Like 100 years.
It'd be really interesting to see the effects that has on him. Which will probably wear off in about 2 or 3 episodes.
He's gonna be like tripping balls.
But like, one thing I noted, you saw in the part where Cisco's like, "I made you a new suit.
Yeah.
You want to give it a test on?" Do you think that was real?
What do you mean?
It kind of had a real wonky look. I mean, it was like it looked like point of view from Barry or whatever. And something about the way that looked made me think maybe it was like a dream or a hallucination type thing.
I mean, he's getting a new suit.
He's
wearing the future Barry, remember?
What, in like set pics and stuff?
In season 3 when he goes to the future to talk to his sad self.
Yeah.
His Spider-Man 3 self.
Are you saying because we saw that in the future, we'll know he'll get that eventually, or are you saying that you know that he's supposed to be wearing that this season?
I know that he's going to be wearing that this season.
Oh.
Like, that's the suit that they're talking about.
Oh, they've said that?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, unless they're lying to me, that's the suit they told me he's going to be wearing.
Who told you this?
Just websites. Barry Allen.
Grant Gustin gave you a call and said, "Hey, heads up, I'm wearing that costume this year."
You know that suit that was like
I mean,
awesome?
they might as well, because they made it for him to wear in that one episode. It'd be kind of a
stupid
shame
to throw it away.
Yeah.
I love that show.
And plus, the other suit was being worn by Wally.
Uh-huh.
I think it looked like the old suit. And those
I think I saw a picture of him wearing the Barry suit.
Yeah.
For like a minute.
Yeah, I saw those pics, and then like none of that has been shown in any of these teasers. So I'm like, are they doing that or not?
You know what I think is going to be the series finale? It's going to be him passing the baton to Wally, and then he dies by like turning into the lightning.
Crisis. Yeah.
It's going to be all that. Like Wally's going to be like the Flash, and then it's just going to restart over with him back in the in his living room. Time travel shit. Remember in the first episode? You don't know anything, do you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Fuck you. No. The
like as a kid, like when
his mom
dies?
It's gonna go all the way back to there because there's like 8 different Flashes like running around in there.
Yeah.
It's gonna go right back to that. Start all over.
I don't know.
All right, no nuts. We're gonna sing. We're gonna sing.
All right, we'll wait like 10 more years.
Good. That's how much I want.
Yeah. We can talk about Arrow now. Mark Guggenheim did say that he wants to see Arrow run as many years as like Supernatural has. Dude, the CW, you can say what you want about them, whatever. They give their shows a chance to stick around for a while. Like most, not every show. I can think of a couple that got canceled real soon, like Reaper. I think what did that last like 2 seasons or something. I like that show. But yeah, like Smallville went 10 seasons. Supernatural's going into its 13th season.
It's crazy.
Like all these shows, like Vampire Diaries, run up there, and like, dude, just the simple fact that a Green Arrow show is going into its 6th season just shows they give shit a chance and everything. And I would love to see all of these shows just keep going.
Well, they can keep going as long as they just keep giving them new, like, introducing more characters for them to talk to. That's all you got to do.
Yeah.
Keep it fresh. You throw in,
Yeah.
Throw someone else in there.
Fish Mooney. But we can also bring old characters back. Characters we haven't seen in a while. Like...
Characters that got blown up on an island.
Yeah. But, a character that just fucked off because he took the fall for the Green Arrow and everything, or said he was the Arrow and went to jail and faked his death. Like Roy Harper.
Is he coming back?
Colton Haynes teased the return of Roy Harper in a tweet. He said, Roy's coming... Someone basically said, when are we going to see Roy again?
Mm-hmm.
He said, Roy's coming back very soon. So...
Why did he leave? Was he dealing with, like, personal stuff?
Yeah, I think he was kind of dealing with some personal stuff. There was also talk of him, like, going off and acting and stuff. He was in a couple movies. He was in San Andreas with The Rock.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just did stuff like that. But yeah, I think he was talking about dealing with some personal stuff or whatever. Which sucks, but I love that guy. Like I miss
really
that
good.
character. I wanted that partnership to last a little more, a little longer. Like it took too long for them to build up to it. With how early he exited the show. Yeah. And because I want to see those relationships with the sidekicks last a little while longer than that. Like they're giving Wally, like Kid Flash, I want him to last a while.
It seems like he
Kid
is.
Flash. Yeah. I hope he doesn't go
that
anywhere.
Dude has like a music career going.
Does he?
Mm-hmm. I haven't heard it yet, but
yeah,
he's always tweeting about it.
All right.
Seems like a groovy guy.
So an actor named Liam Hall from a show called Lucifer.
Yeah, right.
I swear. I'm not making this shit up. He's been cast as Slade Wilson's son, Joe, in Arrow Season 6. Grant Wilson is the one that we saw in Legends of Tomorrow, the Star City 2046 episode. They're saying that Joe Wilson is followed in his father's footsteps by joining the secret Australian military agency ASIS. ASIS. That's pretty damn close to something that is not
Nothing
too popular
else?
right now. But yeah, he's saying after years of brutal combat, Joe now finds himself on a remote Casnian prison under the alias Kane Wolfman, fighting for his life. It's a pretty badass name. But that's the son that Oliver promised to help Slade track down.
Sounds like a name that you're trying to make up for yourself when you want to sound like a badass, though.
Yeah, Kane Wolfman. Well, I mean, that's what he did.
All right, Steve.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, they're going to be seeing more of Deathstroke this year. I'm so glad that he's, like, kind of come back more as, like, a regular member of the cast. Because, like, what was it? Season 2 was his big season as the big bad.
Mm-hmm.
Then we didn't see him until that one episode in Season 3 where they went back to the island when Oliver was training Thea.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we haven't really seen him since then. They finally brought him back at the end of the season last year. And it'd be cool. Speaking of Slade, this one last story. Mark Guggenheim may have revealed that Joe Manganiello's Deathstroke is no longer a part of Warner Brothers and Matt Reeves' The Batman movie.
Mm-hmm.
He was originally supposed to be the main villain in the script that Ben Affleck was writing and directing,
right,
with Jeff Johns. So basically, Mark Guggenheim said, about them being able to bring Deathstroke back now. He said it was actually a function of DC controls these characters, and we went through a period where DC was like, we've got plans for Deathstroke that don't involve Arrow. He said that changed at the end of the year though. So maybe they're not using Deathstroke, which sucks because he's a cool character, and I'd be down to see him in both. This whole separating the TV and movie versions and not letting the TV show versions use the characters that they're using in the movies is ridiculous.
It is, because I mean, it'd be as if it's as silly as saying like, "Oh, we have him in the movies. You can't put him in a cartoon."
Yeah.
It's the same thing. I don't think people would be confused between a live action person and a cartoon.
Yeah.
I don't think.
You're a cartoon, right?
Ha ha. That's it's Mickey's really That's a cry for help. Those are involuntary. It's like, oh.
Those are like his wubba lubba dub dubs.
Oh, somebody help me. Oh. Please. Oh.
All right. So with that, on that note,
oh.
I think that's all the news that's fit for us to bullshit about.
Night night forever. Oh.
God. Got dark, man. If you like this episode, please do us a favor and subscribe to The Amazing Nerdiverse on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher app. And most importantly, leave us a review. This is really important to help us and help people find this show. If you're watching on YouTube, like this video and subscribe to our channel. Leave a comment down below. Don't forget the contest. You can leave a comment. Tell us your favorite part of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. You can get a Star-Lord pop.
In the USA.
Yeah, don't forget to leave your Twitter handle as well. And make sure you follow us so we'll be able to contact you.
In the USA.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was like, what? But yeah, that's important to know. We didn't note that before. USA only. We can't mail out of country. We've tried to do that before. Can't afford that. Share the show with your friends online, social media. Follow us on Facebook. .com/TheAmazingNerdiverse. On Instagram, @AmazingNerdiverse. And on Twitter, I'm @Jeff_Grants.
I'm @Steven Tukert.
We are @NerdiversePod. And finally, go to TheAmazingNerdiverse.com for all that and very little more. And until next time, I'm Jeff Grants.
I'm Steven Tukert. Catch
you right here next time in The Amazing Nerdiverse.
If you want us to never talk about Batman v Superman again, go ahead and follow us and share with your friends. Hit them! And scene.